Hi, hello everyone. My name is Zackery Dixon, and I just wanted to express my concern, like major concern, with the state of the Maryland Unemployment Insurance Fund, and just talk about my experience. So back on March 26th, I believe it was, I was laid off a 10-week furlough. My employer that morning made me go into the unemployment website and apply before I left that day. So on the 26th, I went and submitted my initial application and registration for unemployment benefits. Roughly about a week or two later, I got a letter in the mail saying that I was approved, and the amount that I would be getting weekly. And then I want to say maybe another week or two later, I got a letter saying that an appointment would be scheduled because I may not any longer be potentially uh, a candidate to receive benefits. And so that letter came and went, and no one contacted me to make an appointment. Maybe about 4 or 5 days later, um, I actually went onto the portal because on March 22nd, I'm sorry, 26th, I was using the old website. And so, because I hadn't heard anything on the appointment when they opened up the Beacon, I went on to Beacon to get registered to see if I could get updates per someone's recommendation. So, my furlough was 10 weeks, and I'm now in week 6 of that furlough. So, since I'm registering with the Beacon, I got a letter in the mail in all Spanish with the incorrect social security number assigned, which is supposed to be for me in my case, with the wrong social security number and the wrong initial filing date, which I believe was April 29th, which was when I actually signed up for the Beacon, which was the website reboot. So for the last 2 weeks, because I want to say it's probably been about a month now. So then for the last 2 weeks, I've just kind of been waiting around, kind of not really knowing what's going on. As a last ditch effort, I contacted my employer. She said she went online and verified all the information so that I could receive the benefits. But in our discussions, we realized that, my social security number was incorrect on the new account that was set up on Beacon. She advised me to go on to Beacon again and register a new account with the correct social security number, which I did. I went on and reapplied and filled out the application to initiate the service. When I did that, it actually pulled the information from my initial filing back in March 26th and updated the information and told me, I could file my web search. And let me also mention that even though I was not hearing anything from unemployment every week with the old website and the new website, somehow I was able to go on and file my weekly reports, even though I could not call anyone to do that. And every time it was over the internet, and it took hours and hours for me to get through. But I did manage to get through every week to file it, thankfully. So when everything was put over into Beacon, once I reapplied on there and went through the registration process, it generated a payment. And it basically stated that I was going to receive a payment of $1,030 that would be added to a debit card, Bank of America debit card, which is a relief because I've been kind of going through my savings and kind of getting down to the wire. But that being said, I was under the impression that, the initial payment, when we did get the payments, would be retroactive to the initial file date, which should be 6 weeks. And so I'm not sure, because I was approved for a certain amount, and I believe initially it was 480, but then it changed to 430 per week, and I did ask for taxes to be taken out of that. So I don't know if that is 4 or 5 weeks of pay in one lump sum as $1,030, because I have not received a breakdown of what that is. So been very frustrated. I mean, beyond frustrated with the whole system, and I've been sitting around for the last month and a half, just wondering if anything is going to happen at all, because I, until recently, had not heard about anyone receiving funds, and everyone's experience being basically the same thing. And my complaint is that at what point, after 6 weeks of going through this, do you come up with something else, or do you try something new, as opposed to telling people the same reasoning that it's the volume, it's the volume, it's the volume? When American citizens pay their taxes, I've been paying taxes for the last 22 years since I've been working, and we need, kind of like that support back. And because of the volume, which is the excuse we're getting, I don't know my situation, but I would imagine some people are worse off than what I am, where people are trying to decide how they're going to eat. And so I just wanted to express my concern over this process. I don't know if there's a way to hire more people. I'd be open to interviewing for a position. I do administrative assisting. But I mean, with people applying for it, you would think that the staff would be, you would be able to recruit the staff to handle at least some of this until we get through the worst of it. So that's just what I wanted to say in my experience, and I hope this helps. And I hope someone please comes up with a better way to get this done and deal with the issues, these small issues that are particular to each individual person, that where they need to speak with an individual to explain their circumstances, because it's not a generic case, or it's not just something that you can go on a website and get an answer for, where you physically need to talk to someone and explain it, so it can be either the error can be corrected, or you can get them the correct information so it does not prolong you receiving the benefits. Thank you. I appreciate your time.